Hey guys, welcome to part 2 and the final part of me sitting on a chair pressing a button for 40 plus minutes while I open digital boxes. At the request of Omega or Tester Light, I'm gonna pre-record a commentary as opposed to, just talking in the beginning or, talking in the end, which is a lot easier because, sitting here for, 46 minutes doesn't really put me in much of a talking mood. So I'm gonna do it ahead of time and hopefully I can talk for the whole duration of the video. And, just about that, first off and definitely most importantly, I'm sorry guys, I can't make it below 9 or 10 minutes. I tried, I like to make the clips even shorter, speed them up even more, than the default. And default wise, I think I can speed it up by I don't know, 4 or 3 times the usual speed. But to make it even faster, I have to actually render the clip and then do the same. I have to what's it? I have to put my cursor at the end of the clip. I have to hold control and I have to squeeze it or condense it even more. But at that point, it's just complete eye rape. that hurt my eyes. I was like, I can't put this in a video. And so I just stuck with the usual max default speed up of the video clips. So sorry I couldn't make it under 9 to 10 minutes, but it's just, I want to prove, I guess, to you guys that I am sitting here for the whole duration. Of course, the video is long, and again, I apologize about that, but I am also sitting through the whole I don't know, 45, 46 minutes it's gonna take for me to open all these. I am here with you guys sitting through this, and it's not that fun for me, sitting here pressing a button with my index finger the whole time. So I guess to new people, I'm trying to prove a point, if they don't know whether or not they can trust me, and I want to show yes, you can trust me. I am opening every single one, I'm not just jumping, just showing the best ones, jumping between clips, and I guess I could do that, but again, I'm trying to prove I am opening every single one, and I am opening, 500 total. There's no BS, there's no lying, it's just me opening 500 supply drops, which I got through cheating by doing a glitch. So again, Sledgehammer, feel free to ban me at any time, because yeah, at this point you would have made so much money off me, but you didn't, because well, I had this glitch, and if I didn't have this glitch, I don't think my morals would stop me from buying some. So yeah, thanks for having a broken game, I guess. But anyways, yeah, so oh boy, Omega. I don't know how I'm supposed to rant for 15 or 16 minutes. I think you overestimate me, my friend, but DLC 1 just dropped, and I'm not hyped about it. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play it immediately. I might just play the old maps, because all the, I guess, the tryhards, the people that really like this game, move on to play the DLC. So everyone else, casual, I'm pretty casual about this game. I'm not trying to go, of course I want to get V2 rockets, but it's every time I'm on a streak, because I do play solo for the most part, so every time I'm on a streak, the teammates always either outcap me or some BS happens. They just stay on the hard point, they capture all the points in Dom, I get the UAVs and stuff like that, or I guess the recon planes, and they just sponge off it and they get the kills. So one thing or another leads to me not getting even close to a V2 rocket. I think the best I got was a relentless medal, got a few ruthless medals, of course several merciless medals, but nothing good. So it's just things like that I hope that, with all the tryhards, all the people, of course, if I get lucky and I get stuck with a tryhard, that's great, but he's also taking my kills. So hopefully with all the, the really tryhardy, people that love World War II, they move on to the DLC. I'm stuck with the casual players that are left over that, don't want to spend the money just yet or don't want to spend it at all. And hopefully I can get a V2 rocket, but there are just certain things about World War II that just don't make me want to play it. Of course, I've made it known in openings, other openings and commentaries, I don't like this game. Even though they fixed some things, they fixed the friendly shell shock, which was one of the most stupid game mechanics in the game. It would slow you down. If a friendly threw a grenade at you, you would be shell shocked, you lose your minimap, you lose your HUD. So it's that was the dumbest thing ever. Just to put it this way, he could be on my team and he's trying to kill the enemy, but I'm an enemy spawn trying to also kill the enemy, and then they throw a grenade which is closer to me, so it doesn't even hurt them, but it impairs my vision, impairs my movement, and then I die as a result. That, you can see how dumb that is. So they removed that, and thank God they did, but just having it in the first place is just it was such a dumb decision. But I guess other stuff like the health regen was also, you know, slower in this game, and of course that slowed down gameplay because you had to stop, like, you know, to regen health before you could like move out and, you know, continue running and gunning. Running and gunning is still difficult because we still have that stall, like, you know, when you try to go the transition between, like, you know, running, you know, the raise time for your gun and then like aiming down sight and then shooting, like that's still, there's still a stall there, like, and they haven't fixed it on really anything except the grease gun. Like I think the grease gun, when did that get buffed? I think it was January 19th. It got its raise time and its ADS time and its recoil adjusted, but like the raise time and the ADS time was the biggest buff by far, because I think it was, if I'm remembering Reddit correctly, I think it was 250 milliseconds for both the ADS and the raise time, but they decreased it to 200, like, you know, the base for like most SMGs. So that was good. I like that, but that proves that they can do that for all the guns. If they can do it for one gun, then what's stopping them from doing it for all the guns? And they don't. They refuse to do that. So God, just things like that just don't make me want to play this game, because I don't like, you know, camping. Like, of course it's a tactic, like, you know, to head glitch like for a little bit, but like staying there the whole game, like corner camping the whole game, like that's so damn boring. And like, that's really like the only way like you can succeed, like, you know, you can be guaranteed to like, you know, have a higher chance of succeeding in a gunfight. It's just like, you know, sitting and, you know, basically doing nothing and waiting for the enemy to run to you. And I hate playing like that, so that's why, that's like the glaring reason why I don't like this game. And, you know, DLC 1, we got a new zombies map. I don't even remember what it's fucking called. It's like something shores or whatever. Like, of course, it shows how much I care. Like, I don't even care, and I paid for this. I paid for the season pass. But like, like one of the maps that they gave us was a remake. It's a remake of Resistance from Modern Warfare 3. And like, don't get me wrong, I love Resistance. I love that map. You know, next to Dome and Terminal, it's one of my favorite maps. But I mean, come on, like Infinity Ward just remade that map in Infinite Warfare. I think it was called Ember, and now we got Occupation. Like, where's the communication? Like Activision, like where, like between your like developers, like where's the communication? Like Infinity Ward just did it, and then Sledgehammer's doing it. Like, there's only so many times you can remake a map. Like, that's laziness. Like, we already have less maps in this game, like, you know, base maps. I'm not including, like, you know, the war maps, but we have, like, I think 9 maps. Like, we're supposed to have 13 at least, I believe. So, like, we already have less maps, and now in the DLC 1, and the DLCs, which I'm assuming in the future, like, we will pay for. Like, we paid for this already. I'm assuming we're probably gonna have a remake or two, like, in the next 3, you know, DLCs. We're probably gonna have another remake, like, based off what I'm seeing. Like, you know, I can only assume the worst. So that just shows like our money is not like, you know, it's not paying off. Like, we're not getting what we paid for. And like, you know, just things like this, like one of the 4 maps or whatever it is that we're getting is a remake. Like, it doesn't take the same amount of effort, like, you know, that, you know, making a new map takes. And like, it just shows that, you know, we paid $50. We paid $50 for a season pass, like in the hopes, like we trusted Sledgehammer and Activision that we would be getting our money's worth. Like, we would be getting, you know, maps we would want to play, content we would want to get, which, you know, we're not really getting any because, you know, we have to unlock the new guns by, you know, either using armory credits, or we have to do challenges, or we have to get them in supply drops. Like, it's not like Infinite Warfare where, you know, we just get them by having the season pass, which I think was probably one of the best things that, you know, Infinity Ward implemented into Infinite Warfare. That was one of the greatest things they did, and, you know, I was super thankful to, you know, be able to use the guns, you know, from day one. But in World War II, I was sorely disappointed to see we didn't get that option, or like get that, I don't want to call it a privilege because we pay for it. Like, we didn't get that, you know, I guess that wasn't afforded to us, which I believe it should have, because, you know, Infinity Ward set a really good example of how to do DLC weapons, but World War II just kind of, you know, dropped the ball, and now we're stuck in this situation. So I don't know if I'm gonna play any of the DLC maps, but if I do, hopefully it's good. And, you know, that's like, what, if you pay for it separately, that's a $15 purchase, I believe. It's $12.50 for me because, of course, I paid $50, so I get, what the fuck did I get? What's I don't know, what's 50 to 60, what's the percentage there on my savings? I don't really fucking care. It just doesn't feel worth it. Like even the base game that I paid for doesn't feel worth it. So, I mean, I don't know. You could just find me on Infinite Warfare from now on. Like, of course, I want to get a V2 rocket because I want to do that special video where, like, I'm gonna pay you guys back for, you know, watching my content, for even, like, being here, watching the crap I make, because what I make is not worth your time. It's super shitty, it's super bad, but you guys, you know, sit through it and you watch it, and I couldn't be, you know, more thankful. So I want to at least show a little bit of that thankfulness by, like, giving you guys something. But tradition around here, like, I guess I'm old school in that way. Like, I need certain gameplay. I want certain gameplay. Like I've done that for every single thank you video, every single milestone video. I always have like, you know, certain gameplay, like, you know, either getting like the top streak, you know, really pub stomping it out, or like, you know, getting the secret streak. Like that's just what I do. So like just to not break tradition, like, you know, for the 5 years I've been here, I want to get a V2 rocket, and if I can't do that, then, you know, a deatomizer will have to do, but I don't quite want to give up on the V2 rocket yet. So I'm very sorry, like this was supposed to be out, like I wanted to make it like early January, or like, you know, around, you know, the Christmas time, but obviously it's been super delayed. It's almost February, so I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry, like I've been so, you know, late and so delayed to, like, you know, give back to you guys, and I really fucking want to. Those things are waiting to be handed out, and God, do I want to hand them out, but I don't want to, like, it's like you don't want to fuck it up. Like, you know, you only have one shot and you don't want to fuck it up, so I want to make sure it's the best of the best it can be. So it's like, that's what makes me like not use something. I've complained about this before, like about me, like deatomizer strikes I didn't use because I thought I could get better, but I can't get better, and by the time like I realized this, you know, the game cycle for that COD is already over. You know, gameplay, which like, you know, I try to go for 100 pluses but don't get 100 plus, and like I just hold off on it and I don't upload it. Like that's another example. Like I got a 98 kill gameplay, I think. I forgot where I put it, but like it was 98 and I believe 8 on Black Ops 1, and I never uploaded that, you know, video because I thought I could get 100 plus, but I never did. So I have to go find that gameplay, because that was actually a pretty sweet gameplay. I think I doubled up on the chopper gunner. I doubled up on the, I was about to say gunship, but like, oh, it is the gunship. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, what was I about to say? Yeah, the gunship. The gunship and the chopper gunner, I got 2 of each, so, you know, I managed to almost get 100 plus. I was too shy, and there were 2 kills, I believe, like right in front of me, but then the game ended on domination on Nuketown, so I think I just felt ashamed, and I didn't want to, like, you know, upload that, like, you're so close but so far, so it doesn't count as 100 plus, so, you know, try and redeem yourself, but I never redeem myself, so it's just things like that that make me hate myself. But anyways, where are we at right now? Almost 12 minutes. I'm not sure where we are on the video because I haven't recorded it yet, but I don't want to go over, so I'll just talk for a little bit more. But yeah, guys, so I'm gonna continue, like, you know, playing World War II, of course, because, you know, I want to get my money's worth, quote unquote, but like I really want to get at least one V2 rocket. Like Infinite Warfare, like Infinite Warfare had that like BS stuff too. I'm not like, you know, just constantly praising Infinite Warfare. It had its problems too. Like they did the same thing where they saturated like the whole, you know, not armory, but like the quartermaster system. They threw in like hundreds of stuff to make it, you know, more difficult to get variants. I remember that, and, you know, I believe I called it out, or maybe I just did that in private, but I was really pissed off about that. Infinite Warfare, of course, didn't have a combat record or leaderboards, I believe, for the longest time until I think March or February, so Infinite Warfare had problems, but it's not the same as World War II, and I don't want to use V2 rockets and deatomizers as like a comparison, but a deatomizer, I think I got it like on the 2nd week of the game, and they had that, like, you know, that really bullshit thing where you had to have a variant to get the deatomizer, but here it's like you have to, you know, max out your divisions, but it's just like the pace of the game just like makes it super difficult. Like I haven't gotten a V2 rocket yet, but like within the first month of the game coming out, I managed to get a deatomizer. So, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm just making excuses for why I suck at, like, you know, World War II, but I will try, guys. I will continue to try. I will try to get that V2 rocket so I can, you know, I guess satisfy my demands for what I need to do to, you know, make that special video. And if I can't do that, then I think I still have some deatomizers left over, because at this point I just need to get it out there. Like, you guys have been waiting too long for that. You know, some of you guys, or maybe none of you at all, but like maybe 1 or 2 of you guys have been looking forward to that, you know, special video. And I want to make it a reality. I want to do it. I want to do it as soon as possible, but it's just mentally, I just couldn't make myself do it because I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot who, I'm my own worst enemy. How many times have I said that? I've said that in previous commentaries, but anyways, yeah, so I'm pretty sure we're almost at the end, so I'm gonna cut it off here because I don't want to go over, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully I got something good from the openings. I actually wanted to get the, what's it called, the Lewis Landship 2, because that variant just looks amazing. There's some variants which look absolutely stunning in this game. They basically have chrome by default. Let me try to remember some off the top of my head. Of course, we have the Sten Rudy 2, which I love the Sten, so the Sten Rudy 2 is like bonus after bonus because it looks amazing, and like, you know, it's a great gun to use. Of course, the Lewis Landship 2, I think the, what's that, MG15, I can't remember what it's called. Come on, my memory is better than this, or maybe it's not. But there are some guns that just have, like, you know, chrome by default. Oh, the, what's it called, the the DLC LMG, what's it what's it called that we got from the Winter Siege event? Okay, my memory is shit. It really is. God, what was it called? The GPMG, and I don't remember, like the Morte or something, like it had this really weird name, but it also has basically chrome like camo by default. So we have some really beautiful like variants, but you know, the Lewis is an amazing gun, and like the Landship 2 just looks amazing. So again, it's like, you know, the Sten Rooted 2, like it looks amazing and it plays amazing. So I would love to get that variant, so hopefully I got it, but if I don't, like I think I already got the Lewis Chatterbox, so I guess I'll just use that one. But anyways, yeah guys, like I said, thank you again so much for watching this video. Like always, have an awesome day. I'll see you all in the next one.